All right, so today I have with me Hagerty High School softball program. There we go. We've got Coach David Stone here along with we have two coaches along?
We do.
Just introduce yourself, coaches.
I'm Coach AC Seaman. I'm the assistant varsity.
Tom Stokel, varsity volunteer assistant.
Awesome, and we've got our head coach, David Stone.
Hey, guys.
All right, and then along with them, we have our 6 seniors. On behalf of Chipotle, we kind of just wanted to treat you girls, you seniors, because obviously you girls missed out on some special moments as it being your senior year and it being a spring sport. So we kind of wanted to treat you to a little dinner after this call and then kind of just take you through memory lane, if you will, about your 4 years. So to kind of get a better understanding of what your program is all about, what Hagerty softball is, Coach Stone, how long have you been coaching at Hagerty, and what kind of makes this group of seniors and this program so special?
Okay. I've been coaching at Hagerty for, I think, 9 years now. This group of girls is one of the nicest groups of girls that I've ever had. There was, each of them has a different story, but when we got to our senior year, I think that a lot of it presented opportunities for them. And we have somebody, hey, Mary.
Hi.
One thing that I go back to a lot is the person who started our program back in, I think, 2005. Her name's Coach Christy Bryce. She's now an assistant principal at our school. She was pretty much an all-star player amongst her times. She actually coached Wendy, Coach AC Seaman up there when she was in high school. And Coach Bryce was, I believe she was a pitcher, right, Coach AC? And she was all conference, and she started.
It was slow pitch. It was slow pitch.
Okay, yeah. And when we got, when I got the position, one of the things that she said to me, because we had a roster, and we had a really big roster our first year, and I wanted to keep all these girls. I was like, man, these girls are so good. And it got to be like, there's like 17 players. I was like, I just have a hard time finding time for all of them. And she said, they'll get their time. And when they get their time, they'll take advantage of it. But they have to take advantage of it. And that's what these girls did. They were getting their time, and that's what breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart this year, because it was their time. Mm-hmm. And everybody saw it in our softball community. When, you'll talk about one of the things that we'll talk about is some of the signature wins and stuff, but we set things up at the beginning of the season, and we kind of go every 5 games and see how we're doing. And everybody's at the beginning of the season, we say everybody's going to get some playing time, everybody's going to get a little shot here and there, and we'll see how it goes. And as we were going along, the coaches, we always stay and talk after the games, and even after losses, we had I think 2 losses. Even after our losses, we were like, that's a win for us. It was a win. We're going in the right direction, and we felt like we have the players. We felt like we had the puzzle pieces. And this year was going to be special because all of the girls were like a different puzzle piece, and they were all unique. And I really felt like this was a year that we had the chance.
Yeah, so you mentioned the beginning of the season. Obviously, I believe you guys were 10-2. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay. You guys were 10-2 before COVID-19 kind of came in and canceled the season, right? Yeah, boom, COVID. Yeah. I know you talked about how you felt like you guys were moving in the right direction. What were there some big wins that you guys felt that, hey, this is what a quality team does?
Yeah, so there's you look at like along the way signature wins and stuff like that. So at one point we started kind of rallying around the and one call because we face these undefeated teams, and we do some silly hashtags and stuff. And our hashtag was the and one for a couple games. And I think our girls know what that means, because when you see these teams that would come up and they'd be like 6-0, and we were like, well, we want to be the and one, change the 6-0 to the 6-1. And our rivals, we obviously have some rivals in our conference, and in our prior or used to be in our district, and we had faced them. I think their last loss was 40 games before. They were on a 40 game winning streak, and their last loss was to us. And we went into this year and said, we'll be there and one.
Okay.
And man, it felt so good, that and one.
And obviously I've kind of done a little bit of research, and just from talking from other softball coaches in the area. So your girls program won the state tournament in 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Did you feel like maybe this year you guys could get back to that kind of same level?
There was no doubt. I had zero doubt. Last year was different. Coming off the state championship, we go into 2019, and Coach Mick, who isn't on here, Coach Mick is our JV coach, but he's assistant varsity coach. He is so good with the girls, and one of his rallying points for the JV was the husky on the side of the mountain compared to the husky on top of the mountain, and the husky on the side of the mountain was hungrier and has to fight and crawl to get to the top and stuff. And the year before, we had made it to the top, and then we were up there, and so 2019 we were kind of sitting on top. This team was hungry that we had, these girls. I was excited. There was there was zero doubt in my mind that we had a chance at a run.
Well, good. Obviously, you have quite a few seniors on your team, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken. Softball usually carry around 14, 15-ish.
Yeah.
So 6 players is quite a big portion of your team. Kind of want to make it, let's kind of jump ship and kind of get more into those 6 seniors. When I call out your name, if you could just say what number you were and what position you were, and then we'll kind of get into questions with you girls, all right? So first off, we have Alina. Oh, can't hear. Can you turn your audio on, maybe? Or it says mute.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Can't hear you yet.
Uh-oh. Let's jump to someone else real quick, and then hopefully she can figure it out. How about Grace?
Number 11, I play left field.
Left field, awesome. Hi, Grace. Josie?
I'm number 15. I play outfield.
All right. And Courtney?
As number 19, and I play second base.
And Mary?
I'm number 16, and I'm a pitcher.
Yes, you are.
Angel.
Angel.
Oh, my turn. Number 7, and I play outfield.
Okay. And Alina, can we hear you yet?
Okay. So Alina played outfield, and she was number 4 as the balloon, which I keep looking up, and it looks like a little fin on top of Alina's head there. So it's like that little shark. You're very intimidating.
All right.
She was an outfielder.
So obviously you girls, you know, I'm sure all of us here, for coaches, myself, we've all been seniors at one point. We all know how tough of a year it is. Even if you don't play sports, you know that that chapter of your life is now ending, and you're going to go off and do something totally different. Kind of take me through, let's start with Josie. How did it feel to play your last game and not really even know that it was going to be your last game?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's it's kind of crazy because you don't really feel anything that's special until you look back, because on that day it was just the last game before spring break. So I was like, I was looking forward to when we would be able to come back. Now looking back on it, it's crazy because we're not going back. So it's a bit sad, especially for us seniors.
Yeah, Grace, do you want to add anything to that?
I would say that, like, you know, everyone has mentioned play like it's your last game. And you never really thought that, like, your last game would be caused by a virus going around the world, you know? And so when it just ends and you're like, oh my God, that statement is actually true. Like, you actually have to play like it's your last game, and you can't take advantage of it. And honestly, it teaches you a lot. Actually, when it ends so spontaneous like that. And I wish I put more effort into that last game, and it's just heartbreaking knowing that it was my last game.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting perspective. I mean, that's a saying that you kind of take for granted, right? It's play like it's your last game, and yeah, you just never, especially in high school, you never think midway through your season you're going to be done. Mary, kind of add on to that. Does it help knowing that you've got 5 other seniors who are going through the same thing as you are right now?
I mean, yeah, but like it's so sad. I'm so sad about it. And like I wish I just cherished the last game just a little more, because like I barely remember any specifics and I really wish I did.
So now I kind of want to jump into to kind of bring the mood a little bit back to be happy again. Let's start with Angel. Kind of take us through one of your favorite memories as a softball player at Hagerty High School.
My favorite memory will obviously be this year when we beat Winter Springs. Like, that's a feeling you'll never get again.
Now, did you guys beat them at home, at their field?
At home.
At home? Awesome. I was out at Winter Springs. I spoke to that program as well. Very, very good team. So I know that you girls have a lot to be proud of for beating them. Grace, what's your favorite memory?
Okay, so that's like tied because beating Winter Springs is up there. But I also gotta say, like, being a part of that 2018 state championship, that was one of the biggest highlights of playing with Hagerty.
So in that championship game, who did you girls play against?
Oakleaf. Oakleaf?
Okay.
Oakleaf, yeah, I believe it was Oakleaf.
Awesome.
Oakleaf, and they had something like 9 Division I
Yes,
players and commits and stuff, and there was one of our players was riding down in the elevator with the couple Oakleaf players, but she didn't have her jersey on. And this is one of the stories I told before the game, which was great. The Oakleaf parents were talking, and they said, "Well, are you ready for the championship game today?" And one of them, the other, turned to the other and said, "Well, our championship game was last night when they were playing Lakewood Ranch." So we didn't have the bulletin board, but that was certainly bulletin board material.
I'm sure.
And yeah.
Add a little fire.
Yeah, we won 1-0.
It was such a close game too. Like, it literally went down to the last inning, like the last play.
And
they had a runner. We were 1-0. Like, we were winning 1-0. They had a player on third base, and it's just that last inning play, making that last play, you know, and everyone jumping on the field. I'm running on the field. Everybody tackling each other. It's just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's find out what Mary's favorite memory is.
I mean, coming into this was definitely Winter Springs. That was the highlight. Just wanted to win that game so bad.
Yeah, Mary was pitching lights out this year. She was I don't know, do you know if you're, I think you're 7-0. You're like 6-0 or 7-0, and she was one of the tops in the area. So
yeah,
she had
the highest innings in the district.
Yeah, she had a lot to play for. So for her to get the season cut short was really, really tough on her. That really hurts.
And then we've got 2 more, or
Alina was on for a second, then she jumped off.
All right, let's jump to Josie.
All right, well, I think I'll have to take it back to 2018 also. For me personally, the game before the state championship was really special to me just because it was also a really, really close game. It was 0-0 to the last inning, and I just remember it perfectly. I remember I scored the winning run because one of our hitters hit a pop fly, and I tagged up, and I made it around to home, and I scored the last run, and it was a walk-off. So it was just adrenaline was high. Everyone ran out on the field, and that's just like one of the sweetest memories that I have.
Yeah, I'm sure those moments when it comes right down to the last minute, last play are pretty exciting, especially knowing that that's going to take you to the state final. So awesome. Courtney.
Mine would definitely have to be winning the state championship in 2018. Like being able to just travel and like bond with everyone so much for dragging out the season for so long to win the state championship. It was just really awesome to remember.
Yeah, so when I spoke to the your lacrosse team, that was one of the topics that we brought up was those away trips, those bigger trips where you're staying in hotels or you're constantly with each other. You're building your team chemistry so much. When I look back at some of my high school, soccer trips that I did, it was those state tournaments, those tournaments throughout the entire state of Wisconsin, where you can really build that team chemistry. Alina, let's give you a try, see if we can hear you. I'd like to hear what your favorite softball memory is.
Can you hear us, Alina?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I changed
Okay.
computers.
All right, Alina, share with us your favorite softball memory from Hagerty High School.
I would have to say for this year and last year, I would say maybe the team meals, especially the ones we had this year, because I felt like everybody got a lot closer because of those, and they were always really fun no matter what. So those were mine.
Really
this
good
is
food.
this is the first year that we've really gotten the meals brought to us consistently as a coaching staff, and that was it was amazing. It was really, really amazing because Coach Tom over there is he's total volunteer. He doesn't get a penny from us. And I told him, you're gonna get paid in apparel and you get paid in food every once in a while. And when we started going out, I realized, man, he can eat. He really likes food. And then I was like, well, we're gonna just, we have to start going out a little more often. And then the girls started bringing food to us, which was fantastic. I was like, oh, that's so great. But then also I started seeing pictures of it because our coaching staff goes and we work the JV game and the varsity game. Mm-hmm. So we don't get to go to the varsity team meals. So I've never seen a real team meal before. And this year was the first year that I saw actually some pictures and the girls having fun and seeing what the bonding was like. And I really thought, I don't know if they're really focused before the games, when they come, because they were doing some really goofy things at some of those meetings. I'm thinking, man, it's game day. They wake up, they're so focused on the game. And then I saw some of them, I'm like, no, they're just goofy kids. And I loved every bit of it. I really did.
Well, good. So the two coaches, kind of just want to bring them in a little bit. Just kind of, were both of you coaches around for the 2018 state championship?
I was.
Just kind of touch base on that, Coach Wendy. Just share us your memories from that. Why you think your girls had what it took to win
in 2018?
Yes, please.
It was the team bonding, the team camaraderie that they had. It was no team like any other. I know we can say that from year to year, but It really was. Coach Stone has always said that team was really a special team. You know, you didn't have the little, well, not that we were aware of, and the girls like to fill my ears with lots of little issues going on, more so than Coach. And from what I can remember that year, we really didn't have, my ear wasn't being filled that year as compared to other years. And that's what took us so far. Every girl had each other's back. They weren't, you know, there was no competition with each other. They were there to play for each other and for themselves in a way, but to play with each other and for each other. And that makes a big difference.
It definitely does. When I look back at all the different teams I've been on, and the ones that have, you know, the least amount of team drama, the ones that show up every day and want to put in the work and want to be there with each other. In college, we actually had a saying on our locker room wall, and it was bringing out the best in each other. And we try to live by that, you know, whether it was helping each other on the field or off the field in the classroom or in personal life. What can you do to make the person next to you a better person? So
yeah. And that's what I think those girls did. And it was a pretty big roster that we took to state, wasn't it, Dave?
Very big,
I think
because
18.
yeah, it was very big roster, 18.
And that's a lot of girls.
I'm sure.
Not have any drama, and to bring up, you know, you always bring up a few extras to help you at the state tournament. And it was a lot of girls, but those girls knew their roles and they were set in place, and it was very nice. There was a lot of fun that was had. You know, they concentrated when it needed to be concentrated, and they were just all very determined.
Awesome. To kind of get back to the seniors, I'm just kind of curious what you girls, obviously, with the virus and all that, there is life after the virus. Who knows what it's going to be, but we will move on from this. It's just one chapter of all of our lives, but kind of share with me what your plans are for next year. Are you going off to college? Are you playing at school? Are you getting a job? Kind of take me through that. Let's start with Angel.
I'll be going to Barry University in Miami for softball.
Awesome. I actually have a former player who is playing soccer there.
Mm-hmm.
Karamar Preto. Shout out to Karamar. Very awesome. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I actually am. Like, I have a big connection with the coaches, which is like unique, and that's what you should look for when you move on to the next level, is if you have a bond, because then you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would agree 100% with that. The reason why I chose the college that I went to, the head coach was my ODP coach, so like a Olympic development program coach. So I felt comfortable with that. I knew what I was getting myself into. So I think you made a very smart decision. Let's get into Grace. What are your plans?
I'm going to Seminole State. I'm staying local, and I'm playing softball there with Courtney, actually. So.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, ruin the surprise.
So you'll have a buddy to kind of make the transition with.
Of course.
You girls going to room together?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay. So while we're on that, let's switch to Courtney. So your plans?
I'm going to Seminole State also.
So who decided first?
I did.
Courtney.
That's a funny story.
Courtney, yeah. Actually, should I get into that?
Yes.
Should I get into it? Okay, so currently at the time, I wasn't planning on going to the next level. And I was there, but I wasn't there. Like, I got back into travel ball, and I was like, you know, maybe I should play at the next level. And Courtney, I made a deal with her. I said, if you commit at Seminole State, then I'll commit too. Because I knew the coach, like my sister, Peyton, who's actually at Barry.
Hi,
And,
Peyton.
Hey, Peyton.
Hey, Peyton.
They're saying hi to you. Okay.
She's a ham.
Yes. Okay. So I made a deal with Courtney. I said, if you commit there, then I'll reach out, and hopefully like Coach Courtney reaches out as well. And matter of fact, like literally a week later, I reach out, Coach Courtney reaches back to me, and I commit as well. So it was funny.
Awesome. That's very cool. That'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not too much fun. Hopefully you girls take everything. All right, let's get into Josie. What are your plans?
I'm going to UCF, not playing softball, but I'll be majoring in aerospace engineering. Got a really nice academic scholarship, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
She's
you.
the smarty one. Like, she's smart. Like,
Yeah.
really smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, she's judging me right now, and yeah, she just does.
That's funny. I always tell players, I'm like, my dream was to play professional soccer. I didn't dream of being a scientist or anything like that. I mean, to hear that you're going off to aerospace, whatever, that's pretty cool.
Exactly. Aero what?
Yeah, what is your major again?
Oh, aerospace engineering.
Aerospace engineering. Wow. Best of
I
luck
can't
to
speak
that.
to that.
That sounds very exciting. Cool. Alina, what are your plans for next year?
I don't have a set in stone plan, but as of right now, I'm going to Seminole State just for school, and I've been applying to like a lot of local scholarships and stuff, like for academic money and things like that, but that's about it.
Awesome. And last but not least, Mary, what are your plans?
I don't know exactly where I'm going either. I've been talking to actually a lot of different colleges, and we're trying to set up visits for once the quarantine's off and all that stuff. But I'm not too sure right now.
Okay. Do you have, do you want to stay in state?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's important, Mary. I think that you should. I know I've talked to your mom about that. You know, I just think that that's important. It's hard. I mean, this is something that you guys are all going to go through at some point when you guys go off and stuff. Like, homesickness is a real thing. I know that you'll have, you know, some of you have each other and stuff like that, but you know, when you go off, it's the first time that you guys are going to be away from your parents for extended periods of times and stuff, and you realize just how important that bond is. And when you come back home, it really means something. Like right now, it's like everybody always wants to get out of the home. But at some point, you really realize how special it is going back home. Being down here in Florida, obviously, this is where I chose to live the rest of my life. And, but there's nothing like going home. And I hope that you guys, Mary, especially with what you're going to be doing and stuff and everything that your mom goes through, I think that it's important that you stay somewhat close. So that's my little bit of advice to you when choosing a college.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it sounds like you girls are all got some very exciting next chapters ahead of you. Before we finish it with you girls, I kind of wanted to just have each coach say just 30, 40 seconds, just a little kind of thank you to the seniors. I don't know if you guys have done anything like this yet, but just kind of a thank you and kind of share their impact that they had on you.
We really haven't, so thank you for the opportunity. Tom, do you want to start?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I'm the newcomer to the program. I mean, I relocated back to Florida from Seattle, talking about what Dave Stone said. We were away from home for 40 years and came back. But I've been doing softball for 31 years. And what really impressed me about this group, especially the seniors, is their relentless attitude and their perseverance to never settle for good. They always strive to be great. And the environment that Coach Casey and Coach Mick and Coach Stone have set up was so great for this program, because Coach Stone would call a voluntary practice and 28 players would show up. And that tells me a lot, how hard they work and the attributes that these seniors have, the relentless pursuit of perfection, the relentless pursuit to keep improving and continuous improvement. That's not going to stay at Hagerty. That's going to go with them. And you're going to see that manifest itself in their academic pursuits, in their careers, when they get families. And they're going to be that small segment of our population that's going to change people's lives and make this world a better place. So that's what I see in these seniors, and that's what I predict they're going to be. So it's just been a blessing to be around them just these past few months, because it just shows you what's possible when you create a great environment like Coach Stone and his team and staff has done to bring these girls along. So it's just been a blessing, and just God bless all of you ladies. And we're always praying for you, and we're always going to be there for you.
Thank you.
Right. Coach AC, I didn't see if she pops in. We'll let her get her little time here. But as I look through and I look at each one of you on a screen, which is unfortunate that it has to be on a screen and not in front of a banquet hall or anything like that. There's a story of perseverance in every one of you, and you're going to face adversity in your lives. And like Coach Tom was saying, hopefully we've instilled in you that ability to push through and that adversity and succeed. Like I just look at Mary. We know that you've gone through a lot with family, and Josie and Grace, and Alina, going back to freshman year, faced adversity, and Courtney waiting to get her shot and just shine this year, getting her shot and stuff. And then I look at Angel, and a lot of people don't know, but Angel and I met many years ago. She was always taller than me, even in third grade when I was her teacher. But that's why you have to be nice to them, because they eventually grow up and they become good friends and stuff. And I hope that that's something that you guys take with you, is that you guys can always come back home, and that includes Hagerty High School. And if you want, you jump in, give me a call, give Coach AC a call, and we can open up cages for you guys when you guys come back home, and stay sharp, and just come around the ball field. We'd enjoy to have you. We'll enjoy having you around, because we're certainly going to miss you. Coach AC?
She told me she got kicked off.
I'm here now. Sorry. But thank you. Yeah, my internet went down and it froze and it kicked me out. I was already crying through this meeting. I don't know if you guys could tell it, but so I'll probably start crying now, because that's what I do. I'm a crier. It's definitely a hard one. Like, just to elaborate on what Coach Stone said, we've been with all these girls for 4 years, and each one of them hold a special memory, and like Coach Stone knows Angel since she was in third grade. I've known Grace since she was in, was it 4th or 5th, Grace?
5th grade.
5th grade, and when I teach at the elementary school, you never think that you're going to get back around to seeing them, because you don't know what happens when they leave elementary school and they go to middle school. You don't know if they're going to continue softball or not. So when it comes back around and you get to see them grow into these wonderful young ladies and move on and start their next step in life, it's an amazing feeling that you're part of that journey with them. Each one of them over the past 4 years, I could tell you a great memory about. But I will probably cry more and you wouldn't be able to understand me.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not a big talker, but I love each and every one of them. And it just, COVID sucks right now because it took their season from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So again, I know it's difficult for the players to talk about. I know it's difficult, obviously, for the coaches to talk about. So I really appreciate you girls and you coaches opening up. Part of getting through tough times is being together, right? And to kind of reflect on all the good memories. So just from hearing all of you guys talk, obviously I know that all the coaches think very highly of you girls. Obviously they're super proud of you and looking forward for what comes next for you guys. And on the flip side, I know that all the girls think very highly of you coaches, because they wouldn't be putting in all that kind of work, dedication, if they didn't believe that they had good people there supporting them along the way. So again, on behalf of Chipotle, I'm so happy that I could give you guys some dinner tonight, kind of make this moment for you guys.
Yay.
It was a lot of fun to be a part of it, and to kind of I was really looking forward. I was going to come out to a game before all this happened. So next season I won't be able to see you girls. Maybe I'll come to a Seminole State game. Maybe if Angel is playing somewhere up in the Orlando area, I can catch a game. But again, good luck in the future, and I'm so happy that I was able to be a part of this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. This was awesome. I really appreciate it.